You know, sometimes the biggest stories about a country's economy aren't buried in some dense report. Sometimes they're right there on a single piece of paper you can hold in your hand. Today we're looking at exactly that, a new banknote from Iran that tells this fascinating story of economic pressure, both at home and across the globe.
Okay, let's just start with the number itself, 10 million. Iran's central bank has just issued a banknote with this face value. I mean, that is a lot of zeros. But what does a 10 million real note actually buy you?
Well, here's the twist, and it's a big one. While the face value is a staggering 10 million rials, its actual value on the international market is, well, it's only about $7. This huge gap between the number printed on the money and what it can actually buy, that's the real heart of the story we're exploring today.
And to be crystal clear, this isn't just some other high-value bill. This is a historic moment. The 10 million rial note is the single largest denomination the country has ever printed. So the big questions are, why now? And what does it all mean?
That brings us right into our first section. See, the thing is, issuing a note like this isn't a sign of incredible wealth. It's actually the exact opposite. It's a clear signal of an economy that's under some pretty significant stress.
So what's causing all this pressure? Well, the source material really points to three main things. You've got ongoing international sanctions, which make it tough to do business. Then there's high inflation, which just eats away at the value of your money. And finally, severe currency devaluation. You put those three together, and you've got a perfect storm for the economy.
So the crucial thing to understand here is that this banknote is really a tool of practicality. Think about it. When your currency is worth less, you just need more of it for simple, everyday stuff. Printing a 10 million rial note is basically the government's way of adjusting to that new reality, making it physically easier for people to carry enough cash to get by. Okay, let's dig a little deeper into that last point because it is so central to this entire story. We're talking about a severely weakened currency.
For anyone who needs a quick refresher, currency devaluation is pretty simple. It's when a country's money just loses its punch compared to other major world currencies. So, as this slide shows, it means your rial, in this case, buys a lot fewer US dollars or euros than it used to.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head. The very existence of this banknote, the fact that it's designed for everyday shopping, that's physical proof of just how far the rial's value has fallen. It's one thing to see numbers on a chart. It's another thing entirely to need a 10 million unit note to buy groceries.
Now let's zoom out a little bit, because this is not just a domestic issue for Iran. Oh no, this development has absolutely captured the attention of financial markets all over the world.
And I'm not talking about a small group of observers. I mean, just look at this list. We're talking major economic powers from North America, Europe, Asia, the Middle East. They're all monitoring the situation closely. The financial world is so interconnected. A development like this sends ripples everywhere.
So why the intense focus? Well, it really all comes down to one word: risk. These countries and their markets are watching for any signs of instability. A rapidly devaluing currency in a major economy, like Iran, can have really unpredictable effects on trade, on regional stability, even on energy markets. They're keeping a very close eye on those metrics.
This brings us to our final section, how all of this international attention gets translated into actual, concrete financial decisions. We're talking about calculating global risk.
And it's not just governments watching. The biggest names in global finance are paying attention. Institutions like Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and BlackRock, these are the giants that manage trillions of dollars. When they see a development like this, you can bet their analysts get to work. And here's where the rubber meets the road. This piece of data, a new 10 million rial note, becomes an input in their incredibly complex models for calculating risk in emerging markets. It literally influences huge decisions about where to invest, where to pull back, and how to price financial assets connected to the region.
So we've seen how one single piece of currency can tell a massive story of domestic pressure, currency devaluation, and intense global financial scrutiny. Kind of makes you think, doesn't it? The next time you look at the bills in your own wallet, it's worth asking, what story are they telling about the economy that you live in?